Title: God of Fire. Chapter 1: Flames of Destiny. In the valley of Egandus, a boy named Phelos was born with the power to control flames. The villagers feared him because the fire burned everything, even people's hearts. His mother was exiled because her son had dangerous powers. Phelos grew up surrounded by hatred. He chose to hide his powers, not wanting anyone to get hurt. But deep inside his heart, the fire was still waiting to burn. In the darkness of the cave, he heard a voice calling out to him, "You are the heir of fire. Wake up!" Chapter 2. Ancient temple of fire. Phelos followed the mysterious voice to the forgotten temple. Inside were ancient writings and torches that never went out. The god of fire, Suras, appeared before him. He was the old god who had been waiting for his heir for hundreds of years. Suras said that the world was being overwhelmed by the coldness of the ice god. Phelos had to choose whether to accept the power or let the world collapse. He received a sacred flame into his body and became the new god of fire. Chapter 3. Disciple of lightning. Phelos set out to find an old friend of the gods who was guarding the peak of the lightning mountain, named El. She was the goddess of lightning, possessing the power of wisdom and psychic power. Phelos had to learn to control his emotions, not letting the fire swallow his sanity. Elsha tested him by striking him with a bolt of lightning in his chest. But Phelos endured and remained calm. The flame within him did not waver. That allowed him to pass the first test and obtain the flame of wisdom. Chapter 4. The Ice City. The bad news from the northernmost part of the continent spread. The ice god Kairos froze the entire city. The people were turned into ice statues. Lives were taken away. Phelos knew that he had to stop the disaster before it was too late. He set out with Elsha heading north. On the way, he had to fight the snow demon. His flame lit up every time he fought to protect others. His heart began to change from hatred to compassion. Chapter 5. The Land of Shadows. Before reaching the Ice City, they passed through the Shadow Forest. Here, echoes of the past haunt the visitor. Phelos sees visions of his late mother and his childhood self. He begins to blame himself for making everyone suffer. Elsha uses lightning to break the shadows of his heart, saying, "Fire is not the enemy, but a heart that does not forgive itself." Phelos cries for the first time in 10 years. The flames inside him warm up, not for revenge, but for healing. He overcomes the past and is ready to face his destiny. Chapter 6. The Ice Castle. They arrive at the castle of the god Kairos. The cold almost kills the fire in his body. Elsha uses her final power to open the way for Phelos to enter. He walks to the throne room covered in eternal snow. Kairos appears, showing his power to freeze him. But the fire in Phelos' heart will not be extinguished. It burns with faith, love, and hope. The flames turn to bright gold, burning the darkness. Chapter 7. The Battle of Gods. The battle between fire and ice. Flames burn the snow, but are almost extinguished by the freezing storm. Phelos uses not only his power, but also the wisdom he has gained from Elsha. He lured Kairos into the shadows of his mind. There, he used fire to awaken the ice god's painful past. Kairos was once a rain god, but he was betrayed and changed. Phelos offered to let go of the past and accept the new light. A flame burned through Kairos' mind. Chapter 8. Return to the light, Kairos cried. The ice melted into tears. He let go of the past and extinguished the flames of war. The frozen city began to come to life again. Phelos reached out to his former enemy with a smile. The world entered an era of balance between hot and cold. Eldia looked on from above with pride. Phelos became the fire god that people loved, not feared. He chose to use fire to create, not to destroy. Chapter 9. The new light god Phelos traveled to the realms, teaching the people to control their own inner fire. He gave the flame of hope to orphans. He built a temple of light in the middle of a once isolated valley. The other gods accepted him into their council. He received a new title, the one who awakens the shadows even as a god. He still lives like a human, helping those who are lost in his own flame. Chapter 10, The Last Flame. Decades later, Phelos sat in front of the fire with a group of children. He told them a story of fire and ice. Before the last flame went out, he glared at the sky. The flame in his heart was never extinguished because it was passed on. A child had the same eyes as him in the past. The world still had fire eyes, and people chose to use it for good. Phelos' soul became a flame in every sunlight. The story ended. But the flame in people's hearts still burned. Moreover, whether it can be used to destroy or create depends on the mind that controls it. If we accept the past, forgive ourselves, and use the flame of love and wisdom, our lives will become a light for others. The flame in a person's heart is the most powerful.